Good evening. Welcome to the regular Planning Commission meeting, Grand Blanc Township, July 9th, 2026. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Most of the Planning Commission here this evening. We get Ms. Hugo, Mr. Andre, Ms. Coulter, Mr. Joyner, Mr. Gellings, Mr. Hoffman, Ms. Nassar, Mr. Bush, our Planning and Zoning Director, Mr. Jeremy Smith. All right, next item on our agenda is an opportunity for public comment for anything that is not on the agenda. The only thing that we have this evening where there will be an opportunity for public comment is in regard to the zoning case 681 regarding 2040 Maple Road, Maple Avenue, whatever you want to call it. So if you're here for that, that'll come up very shortly here. If anyone would like to speak regarding something else, address the Planning Commission, now would be the time. Okay. Seeing no requests, we'll close the public comments portion of the meeting, bring them back up to the Planning Commission for approval of the minutes of June 4th, 2026. Mr. Secretary.
I do know that it was lengthy reading, and I appreciate every one of you that looked at the minutes from June 4th, 2026. And I would suggest accepting them as to us. Approve them.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Hoffman to accept the minutes as presented, support by Mr. Joyner. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes 8-0. Approval of the agenda is the next item on our agenda. Any changes?
So the only changes, as you can see, item B and C, they're being tabled by the applicant. So the only thing we will hear tonight is the zoning case.
Got it? Motion by
So moved.
Mr. Hoffman to
Support.
approve the agenda as presented, because those are already on there. And I think I heard Mr. Bush was in support. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes 8-0. Correspondence, any correspondence?
None.
Any old business?
None.
That brings us to new business, zoning case 681. Rezoning request for 2040 Maple Avenue. Want to give us just kind of a general overview of why you want to do this, and then we'll get into Mr. Smith's comments after that.
Good evening. I would like to purchase the home and make it a residential property. Simply just that, no business, just
And you-
residence.
Just for the record, can you say your name? And
Yes, Leslie McKee.
Can you pick the mic up too a little
Yeah.
bit?
Leslie McKee.
Okay. You want to change it from a business to a residence?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you
My
want to say?
primary residence.
Fair enough.
Any questions from Planning Commission at this point?
Not right now.
I guess you can have a seat. We'll go to Mr. Smith's letter to the Planning Commission.
So as stated, this is zoning case 681 at 2040 Maple Road for Leslie McKee. The request is to go from OS, office service, to R3, single-family residential. The surrounding zonings to the north is the city of Burton, across the street is commercial, to the east is R3, to the south is R3, and to the west is R3. You can see that on the map provided. Everything in yellow is residential, and everything, the only property that's blue is the office, which is the property we're talking about tonight. Under item number 4, criteria for rezoning, there's a number of those. The Under A, it's asking if this meets the consistency of the future land use map. As per the Planning Commission and the Township Board, the master plan was updated in September of '21. This parcel was previously zoned residential previously. From the records I can see, it was probably about 30 to 40 years ago it was zoned residential. And since then, it's been a multitude of different kinds of businesses, architecture firms, retail space, and things of that sort. Compatibility with the site's physical and geological features. As stated, the parcel was previously zoned residential and will be able to accommodate any uses in the R3 district. Evidence that the applicant cannot receive a reasonable return on investment. It's incumbent on the applicant to be burdened with the return on the investment. Compatibility of all potential uses allowed. The parcel was previously zoned residential, so Township feels that this can be rezoned back to residential. Capacity for township utilities. Appears to be adequate services and utilities to serve the proposed use. The capability of street system to safely and efficiently accommodate. No traffic study will be required due to this parcel being previously zoned residential. We had no issues with it commercially, except for a couple instances that were spotty, but other than that, this will be, you'll see in my report, later in my report, what the conditions for approval for the parking lot will be. The apparent demand for types of uses permitted. The applicant intends to convert the site back to single-family residential. The boundaries of the requested rezoning district are reasonable in relationship to the surrounding construction. Parcel is large enough to meet the dimensional requirements of the zoning ordinance. If the rezoning is appropriate, which the township feels it is, typically we don't go backwards in zoning from commercial back to residential, but the township feels that this is a necessary step. As even proposed in the map, you can see this parcel is surrounded by residential. How this was ever zoned to commercial is a mystery to me, but we are here today, and hopefully we're going to right a wrong, in my opinion. If the request is for a specific use, is rezoning the land more appropriate? Again, the township feels that this is more appropriate to convert it back to single-family residential. The requested zoning will not create an isolated, unplanned spot zoning. In my opinion, the conversion to office was a spot zone, so I'm not sure how that was done in the past, but again, we're here to right or wrong. The request was not previously submitted within 1 year. No request to rezone has been resubmitted within the past year. And then M, if there's any conditions, there's no conditions, but parking spaces will need to be removed in order to convert the property back to a residential use. And there's no other factors deemed appropriate by the Township Board. Planning and Zoning Department will support a recommendation for approval based on the following reasons and stipulations. Number one, the requested zoning is compatible with the surrounding land uses. Number two, the site was originally zoned residential. Number three, due to the issues with the previous commercial use, the township recognizes the need to revert this site back to residential zoning. And number four, the parking along the driveway in the front and the parking east of the driveway in the back will need to be removed to convert the property back to a residential use. Timeline for removal to be determined by myself and the applicant.
Okay, is that it for you?
Hmm?
Question, I guess, maybe I'll go to you first. When you say removing the parking spaces, does that mean just taking any striping off? Or does that mean removing the pavement? And I guess, what are you prepared to do?
No, what we've discussed is removing the pavement completely. Along the front, there's parking spaces on either side of the driveway. Those will need, the pavement, concrete, asphalt will need to be removed, not just restriped. Same thing along in the back. The driveway comes in and everything east of that will need to be removed. Everything west will be allowed to be saved. The intention is, correct me if I'm wrong, a future garage will be intended for that. That's why they've requested to keep the driveway and west asphalt to be left intact.
I just want to make sure that you're good with what he's saying.
Yes.
And can you, I guess, re-clarify for me? I wasn't following very closely about the garage.
So behind the house and the asphalt that's existing, the request was to leave it there, the asphalt, to use that as a base or floor for a future potential garage to be done at a later date with a separate permit.
Okay, is that documented someplace?
No, it's not being constructed right now, so it's not being.
No, I'm just saying that the pavement can stay there.
Just the condition for number 4, the only to be removed is in the front and to the east of the drive.
Okay, east is this direction, okay. Just want to make sure there wasn't some confusion. It's
Correct. Mm-hmm.
That piece doesn't need to come out.
Absolutely. Yep.
So parking at rear, parking or paving at rear can remain.
Just west of the drive, yes. So where the driveway comes in, all the way back, and then to the east of that, where that drive would end, would dead end, needs to be removed.
So there's going to be a future garage directly behind the house? Is that
Right, on the west side, yes. Mm-hmm.
Would that be a massive garage?
2-car.
Well, I think if I'm hearing you correctly, that you're asking for the piece in the back to be removed that's east of the line with the house.
No, east of the driveway.
He's saying that this here is going away.
Yeah?
This is all staying. Which, the lot that's in the back now is bigger than a 2-car garage, right?
Yes.
It would be just a separate permit that comes to my department originally.
That's what he was asking.
Yep, so I mean, it's, that pad could expand south, it could expand.
Just to stay, but the plan is for a garage that's smaller than what is there right now.
Understood.
Okay.
I understand that part. Just want to make sure that there wasn't any confusion in the record.
Oh, okay.
So I'll say it again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not all there today. I don't know. Paving at the rear to the south can remain. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Pavement, take the driveway, you see the, look at the picture.
hard to
Run the
see.
driveway to where the pavement would stop currently. Take everything east of the driveway in the back, needs to be removed.
Okay, so that's in your comments. You're okay with that?
Yes. I do have one question. Coming up the driveway, there are currently spots along each side in the front of the house. I understand that both of those sides have to be removed. I just wonder if there's any ability at all or allowance to actually park in the front as like guest parking? Not without it, like, just maybe allow that driveway to remain wide,
or a turnaround.
something like that, yes. Because guests would come in the front, and then that way the driveway isn't blocked to the back to the garage. So if we could allow for something of that nature.
Are there spaces currently striped there?
Yes.
Yes. I would say I'm okay if the spaces directly in front of the house to keep consistency with the parking in the back, everything's on the west of that, is being allowed to be kept west of the house. If the east side was removed, I guess I would be in agreement with that, as long as the board is agreeing with that as well. As long as it's not striped.
So, I'll ask the question again. Is the parking in front of the house striped, and you're asking for it not to be striped? Is that-
Correct.
that's all I gotta say.
And everything on the east side of the driveway to be removed, front and back.
That's fair.
You good with that?
Yes.
I think everybody thinks I'm pretty crazy today.
No.
So this would stay, and then this is her request. Is that what you're thinking?
I think it is. I just want to make sure it's described correctly. Remove parking striping in front of house, which would be west of the drive.
That essentially becomes a turnaround lane,
Yeah.
like Jay said.
UPS trucks have to have a place to turn around.
I have a sister in a wheelchair, so that would make it easier for her to be able to come in the front entrance.
So I've written down here that remove parking striping in front of the house west of the drive. Pavement in this area can remain. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Any other questions from planning commission members? Okay, so we've got 4 conditions from Mr. Smith, and I've modified the last one as I just described, or added to it. Anyone care to? Oh, yes, thank you. Forgot about it.
Thank you.
All right, anyone here that would like to speak regarding this?
Her and I live right behind it.
Yeah.
So my name's Amanda Johnson. I met him today when he met my dog because God forbid not bark. But I just came here to make sure that they're not going to turn it into a duplex apartment, add any more houses back there because they literally look into the back of my house. So my husband sent me up here. He's at work. So I just wanted to make sure that it was just going to be a single-family home, no added houses, or make it into a duplex.
It's going to be zoned as R3, so.
Single-family residential.
So your address is, just so I can see on this
It's
map.
5035 Springwell Lane.
It's almost directly west of the current house in question.
Okay, right there. I see it.
Okay, I'm Sue Hemela. I am 5029,
Okay.
just west. And I am questioning the number of dwellings, even though it said that, but in the R3, I didn't think it said specifically to stay as just that one, that multiple units could also be built. That's my question. How many more dwellings can be built? Because
Mr.
I
S-
thought it didn't really stop.
Mr. Smith, can you address that?
Yes, sir. So the requirement is that each home has to have the correct number, and each parcel has to have correct number of front foot per lot. In R3, each lot has to have 80 foot of frontage, and I don't have the dimensions on hand of what the frontage is on this lot, but we would not, as far as planning and zoning, because all of the splits and combinations start with my office as well, there's no way I would ever allow another split to be done on this property.
So because their house literally looks into the back of my house, is there any way that do I have to come to you guys and get approval to build a privacy fence so I kind of have privacy in my backyard?
Yes, you would come to my office, planning and zoning. It's $80 for a fence permit.
Okay, cool.
Anyone else? If not, we'll close the public hearing on this zoning case 681, bring it back up to the planning commission. Any other discussion? If not, a motion would be in order to make a recommendation to the township board.
So moved. Alexandra Nassar.
Support.
And your motion includes the 4 items in Mr. Smith's letter as amended.
Yes.
All right, that was motion by Ms. Nassar and with support by Ms. Hugo?
Yep.
All right, any further discussion? If not, a vote is in order. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, Motion passes 8-0. You don't have to stay through the rest of the meeting.
It's a beautiful building.
Give me a call tomorrow.
Really beautiful.
Give me a call tomorrow and we'll go through the next steps. All right? Yep, have a good one, guys.
So the next two, as mentioned, are tabled by the applicant.
Yeah, so I can give you a brief overview of what's going on. So the BP station at the point is at 6010 South Saginaw Street. They're looking to do an addition on both sides of the building, with one of the additions being a drive-through. And the drive-through requires a traffic study, or at least a determination of need. And that determination of need came back and it requires a full traffic study. They weren't prepared for that. They had started it but hadn't finished it, and I said, there's no way I can bring a site plan or a special land use for a drive-through without that documentation. So we agreed that we would push it off till next month.
You can pull up, get your beer or whatever and keep on going.
Nope, it's gonna be I won't say what it is yet because we don't know for sure, but it's going to be a restaurant that needs the drive-through, not a liquor store.
Hopefully something good.
It will have coffee. I'll just leave it at that.
It'll be a supplement to to the gas station there?
It'll be its own separate entity that's inside the.
Inside the space.
But the gas station remains.
Gas station remains, and addition on the one side and then drive-through on the other side. The preliminary plans that I've seen and I've reviewed, they do have the space. That's not the issue. It's the traffic study, and if we believe that that type of use should be allowed at that intersection. So that's really going to be the point of contention. They've met setbacks, they've met parking requirements, they've met everything else that I've reviewed so far. I know they're getting me some updated site plans, but there wasn't any major changes to them. So as far as requirements are concerned, they're meeting all those. That special land use is going to be the key to all of it, though, because if the special land use dies, we do not continue with site plans.
Drive-through.
Correct. Special land use is required for every business that wants one of those before we do site plans.
Mr. Chair, just a quick question. I know
Mr. Andre.
we're gonna address this later, but when the condition for the traffic study is part of the special land use, does it also have to consider all the existing use of the gas station as well?
It considers everything, yes.
It does, okay, okay.
Yep, and once I receive that from their traffic engineers, it will go to,
That's a tough corner.
Consultants.
That's a very tough corner.
yeah. I will also forward it on to the traffic engineers at Giffords Webster, our planning
Right.
consultants, to verify the information, yes.
Thank
So it's a very busy corner, so
You don't turn left out of there very often.
so it's gonna be an interesting one, so we'll see.
Speaking of turning left, I know there's a gas station on Hill Road, and there's like I guess a pork chop, I'll call it, out there, where it directs people to turn right. Every day that I drive down there, I see people turning left out of there, multiple
Yep.
vehicles.
The McDonald's at Fenton Hill, they right turn only, they turn left.
I saw you turning out of there, Paul.
You see me at a McDonald's.
Every business, it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
Out in front of Sam's, Starbucks.
Yep.
Everybody does it.
The old Rite Aid.
The old Rite Aid, it doesn't matter.
Are they gonna do anything with that?
Would there be
I
any
don't have
advantage
any
of putting
plans.
a sign that says no left?
There are signs. Here's the problem, they're not in the right of way, and they don't put them in those pork chop islands because the road commission doesn't make them do that, and they're mountable islands. If you go to Irish and Lapeer Road and on the Meyer side, there's these pork chops, but they're grass and they're taller. I complained, because when they built the Hamlin Pub over there, I complained that there was mountable in front of that Taco Bell, and we had the same thing. And I argued with the road commission that shouldn't be allowed, and they said that's our new standard. So that comes from the road commission. Yeah. That's not through our standards, so.
You know, there's the Arby's down on 20 or 75.
All of them.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
that says no left turn, but
They all say it.
they all do it.
It doesn't matter. Now, that is
Still
a,
infraction.
it is. It does.
Nobody's there to catch it.
Yeah, you could sit there all day long and write tickets, but
Nobody cares.
there's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little deja vu.
Next item on our agenda is committee reports. Ms. Hugo, anything to report?
I have nothing to report.
Nothing to report. What about zoning board of appeals?
Zoning Board of Appeals, we did a case for, what was last month? I'm trying to remember what it was for. I know. I know next week we have one for a pool in the side yard on a corner lot, so that's going to be interesting, but I don't think it'll be an issue. Man, what was the one for? I can't remember. I'm sorry off the top of my head what it was, but we've had more ZBA cases this year than we've had in the last 5. It was approved, whatever it was. I forget what it was. We haven't had any denials for ZBA cases. But they have all been justified. Oh, it was I know what it was. It was a outbuilding in the side yard. And in it was on a cul-de-sac, so the way his property sat, it was difficult for him to get it, and he backed up to 75. So it went up and he had a slope, and then it tabled back up to 75, so he couldn't get it completely in the rear yard. And that was the only reason for the variance. He met all the other standards that we require for an outbuilding. It was just that part of it was in the side yard, and it was approved unanimously.
Okay. Site plan, today we reviewed, I guess I'll use the official site plan review, 1207 GM Heritage Center, which is the old GM SPO building on Hill and 475.
Grand Point Boulevard.
They are putting a building addition on there, roughly 150 by 250 or something in that range.
40 foot tall.
And the I'll mention one of the surprising things to me is that property is zoned general commercial. It is not industrial, it's not office, it's general commercial.
Well, if it was a call center though, so it didn't need industrial zoning.
Yeah. And to me, one of the what I should say is we had preliminary site plan approval or review today, and we gave them 8 conditions. One of the things that GM is gonna do is they're gonna coat the brick and make that building white.
Yep.
And the new addition will be white as well. It's-
The whole thing.
yeah. It's gonna look more like one of their plants than
Exactly
a
like their
nice
plants.
brick building. So
Yeah.
that was a little disappointing, but.
Unfortunately, that's one of those things that as long as it's not a neon, as long as it's an earth tone or white, unfortunately, there's not much we can do. They're not removing the brick, they're just painting it.
Yeah, putting a coating on it.
Yeah. But the addition is just gonna be used to store cars for
So this whole-
basically, they're turning the building into a museum. And they're gonna house, what did they say, it was,
Cars from 1920
Oh,
all the way
yeah.
up to today.
but it was gonna be
all
200, no, it was 400 some odd cars they were.
Existing building will have like 400 cars in there.
That's a museum.
Yes, this new addition will have rack storage for another 100.
150, yeah, 150 for four stacker high through the whole thing.
Is this going to
Alternate cars in and out.
Is this going to be for public? For
There will be
No.
some public events.
Invite only.
Invite
They
only.
will have some public events, but it'll be sparse.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is your 10 minutes to come in and get out, right? Public event.
it won't even
Invitation
be,
only.
they don't have normal, there's 20 full-time employees, they said they're gonna be there on a daily basis, and they don't have normal hours. You won't be able to walk in as the public. You have to be invited in or have a event there. Cars and coffee, car shows, things of that sort. Corporate events.
Yeah. I've been in the one that's down in, I think it's at Troy. You know, they have experimental vehicles that never saw the light of day and
Right.
stuff like that. When I worked with at GM, we we were allowed to go down there. But they have all the documents and everything from General Motors. They have the originating documents of General Motors with Billy Durant's signature on it.
That's all coming here eventually.
Yeah. This is their historical archive.
Yep, absolutely.
Basically, and they do have groups that go in, special event types of things.
Yeah, but it's not like the Sloan Museum where you can walk in during normal open hours to the public.
Nope.
Maybe
Right.
we could partner with them and do something different.
Yeah, if you want to get a hold of them and try and have a corporate event there or have some kind of event there, I'm sure they would be open to it once it's all finished, but it's up to their discretion. You're not just walking in between 9 and 5.
Yep.
So they've got to construct this building, they're anxious to get going, first event will be sometime in 2027. All right.
Cool.
They take care of committee reports. Move on to other business.
I have none. I have none.
This will probably be the last time I show you egg prices. Because they have come down considerably as of May 2026. They're down to $2.19 per dozen of grade A eggs. And this is an average. This is put out by the government. But the reason I brought it up today is there's something interesting happening. The last time we talked, we talked about the avian flu that had really driven up egg prices. Well, that's not the only thing that drove up egg prices. There were some people playing games. In December of 2022, there were executives from America's 3 biggest egg producers that got a call on how to keep the price of eggs high. There were 3 companies, Hickman's was one of them, and what they planned on doing was to bid aggressively for eggs on the wholesale market exchange. Then they could raise key pricing measures that influence the prices shoppers pay in grocery stores. From 2022 to 2025, antitrust enforcers from the DOJ said that executives of Cal-Maine Foods, Hickman's, and Versova spoke by phone and exchanged messages to coordinate bids and trading. Following Hickman's CEO's late 2022 message, Cal-Maine, Versova, and Hickman's collectively submitted dozens of bids to a wholesale egg marketplace known as Egg Clearinghouse. Over several days, the executives exchanged a flurry of messages and entered more bids. The price benchmarker, and this is kind of interesting. I didn't know all of this existed. Erner Berry then raised the egg price quotations for white large shell eggs across all regions. So this kind of kept going. Large eggs hit $5.36 a dozen in late 2022. The investigation that the DOJ undertook portrayed the side of the egg business that we never even see. Instead of producing all the eggs they sell, the egg companies often purchase eggs from other suppliers in the clearinghouse, nicknamed the Wall Street of Eggs. Pricing and trade data from the platform are used by Erner Berry, now called Expana, to set industry benchmark prices that are sold to grocers and what they pay and factor into the price tags for consumers. So what they were doing is using spoofing-like tactics, a bluffing strategy in which trader places or buy or sell orders hoping to move a price, but cancels many of the orders before they are filled. Whoops, sorry. So what happened is, and you'll notice on this graph that you've got, that the top bar here, up here, where it really peaks, 623. So what happened is the Justice Department's investigation became public in March of 2025, which is where that peak comes. And the companies were told to preserve any documents that become evidence. And if you can see the decline now, the precipitous decline from March 2025 down to May was a huge drop. And obviously, they stopped all their spoofing trading. And so, you know, and there was also a drop in avian flu cases. So the companies had time to rebuild. As a result, Cal-Maine, Hickman's, and Versova agreed to settle the civil claims by collectively donating more than 50 million eggs to food banks and paying $3.3 million to New York and other states that investigated the alleged misconduct. And the deal still requires court approval. So not just the avian flu drove up egg prices. I thought this is a Wall Street Journal article that I got this from. So I think that kind of
It's interesting.
rounds out the whole egg type of thing and how it got as high as it did. So it wasn't just avian flu, it was avian flu plus some interlopers in the market.
Feels like, at least locally here, the prices are going back up again a little bit.
Yeah. Well, these are average prices, and like I said, this is May 2026. So the Bureau of Labor Standards, you know, they haven't come out with June's yet, and they're always a lag.
Sure.
So if you want, I can keep bringing the rabbits back.
Just bring us some eggs.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith.
Prove it.
I do have one thing before we leave tonight. The planning conference is in Kalamazoo again this year, September 30th to October 2nd. If you are interested in going, please let me know as soon as possible. The township is paying for your conference and for the hotel stay, Tuesday through Thursday night. Checkout is on Friday. So if you're interested in doing that, please let me know as soon as possible. I've already made my reservation, so hopefully if you're interested, I've got the budget for me plus 3. So if anybody's interested, please let me know as soon as possible, and I will, if we get more than 3, then we'll put names in hats, and then we'll have to draw. But then priority will be given to people who have not been before. So we will address that at that time. So send me an email, shoot me a text, give me a call, let me know if you're interested.
Anything else? From anyone? If not, motion to adjourn by Ms. Nassar.
Support?
Support.
By Mr. Joyner. We are adjourned at 7:38 p.m. if the motion is granted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?